Let's see. You wanted to argue about the different about which apostles wrote the Bible, or which apostles were with Jesus, or with the first books of the Bible. You want to name them or something? Starting with Genesis and Exodus and all that crap, all the way to Revelations in the New Testament. You got an Old Testament so-called prophet down there at the end of the New Testament, supposedly telling you about the end of the world. I know you believe all that stuff. That's the funny part about it is when people ask you for evidence of such, you always say the Bible tells me. So that's what we're asking you. Who says so? I mean, who says the Bible's right? You and your little cadre. And what it really boils down to is, especially in this day and age, I mean, we're in the 21st century, for crying out loud. We travel in space daily, things like that. And you still want people to follow that Stone Age bullshit that you think is, I mean, you honestly think it's right or real, I guess. Regardless of the teachings of any one person, or the good deeds of any one thing, or the so-called miracles of any one zombie. It doesn't matter, because it all came from old myths. So the Messiah myth is pretty old, as a matter of fact. It's about 4,000 or 5,000 years old. The Egyptians had the same type of thing with Horus, and his son, and Horus's mother, who was the queen of the stables. And so he was born in the stables, and she was supposedly a virgin. So, same type of thing. He had 12 cousins, I guess, that followed him around and helped him. Anyway, there's Ned Dykstra and a whole bunch of others that were born on or around the winter solstice. They have some kind of association with either 12 followers or brothers. 12 months, 12 signs. Get it? All of them had been visited by 3 either wise men or kings who followed a bright star in the east. And at that time of the year, the brightest star in the east is Sirius, which just happens to be in a straight line with the 3 stars in Orion's belt that are called the 3 kings. You get where I'm coming from? Those 3 stars, you follow them in a line, and they follow the brightest star in the east. And if you keep that line going, it points to the spot on the horizon where the sun comes up in the winter solstice, and the days start getting longer. Do you get it? The sun's back. You don't get that? Okay. Born again? You don't get that? You do. You just don't want it. I bet you haven't even hardly read any of your Bible. I'm serious. You guys, if you really read the darn thing, you'd understand that it's nothing but pornography. Those people had to be pretty darn superstitious if they really think, or you just have to be stupid if you really think Noah's Ark is serious. I mean, it's just so simple to disprove. Mass times weight equals sink. You understand what I'm saying? That means the millions and millions and millions of species out there that he had to gather up and put. Never mind, I'm not going to argue. That's so stupid. You're just one of those who's intelligent enough, it seems like. But if you dumb yourself down to the point where you don't have to understand science any longer because you've got magic, and magic can do anything. So there's no arguing with a guy like you. You're full of magic and mysticism, and your only evidence is that archaic old book. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John didn't even know Jesus. Okay? They're like 100, 200 years after Jesus. They weren't his apostles. Those were just, oh man, you're so screwed up. You need to read your own book if you think you want to follow it, if you think it's right and true. Actually read it yourself. Can you do that? No, not the King James Version, you dolt. You need to go to the library and ask for the original English translation from the Greek. Or you're just full of shit, like every other Christian. You guys think we have a religion that we're worshiping something, or we're trying to answer questions. Sorry, that's not us. That's not what atheists are about. It's a label that y'all gave us to just to say who we are, so that you had a way to attack us, I guess, or to make us whatever. But we are definitely a minority, and even though we have the highest IQ rating of all the human beings, yeah, atheists and agnostics. In fact, we know your Bible 3 times better than your fundamental Christians. That's right. We can answer the questions asked us. Can you, rest of your cadre and friends, say the same? Didn't think so. You can stop being silly. Okay, it is the 21st century. We've been in space. We're going back. You know, there's life out there besides the life here on Earth. You ready? It's good. It's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't hate God. I don't even know God. I don't even think there is a God. There is. What I hate an inanimate thing. I hate something that's just not even. I mean, it's just. You guys don't get it. You don't get it. Well, if there's any hate involved or any displeasure, it's the fact that y'all want to indoctrinate your children into this shit, like they tried to do to me in Catholicism. I mean, and I saw right through it. Couldn't help it. It was so simple. Catechism, they would teach you this story about your Jesus turning wine and water into wine because they didn't have any, felt sorry for him. And I asked, hey, isn't he the Son of God? And if so, wouldn't he know about alcohol and wine and it's not good for you? They didn't like that question. And you need to pay attention to it. Okay? See you later. Knucklehead. You're so stupid. You're too stupid to understand science. So you figure, oh well, magic works. And you guys, you don't understand evolution or biology, so you figure, oh well, he created everything in 6 days. Why not? Yeah, 6, because he rested on the 7th. Remember? Dumb fuck. Don't even know your own butt. Later.